Well, they filled the pool with water.
Hmm.
They didn't use a filter on the water. It was kind of stupid.
Okay, there's Sue ready to go. Sean.
Good morning.
Okay, so here we go. Welcome Sue's retirement. So
Oh.
excited to hear all about it. Anyways, nothing like a good workout, right? So I have a bit of a cut on my hand, so I'm gonna modify, but Sean will do exactly as I cue.
I didn't do it.
So no, I did it.
It's
cooking.
not a defense room.
Cooking. Okay, here we go. Send those hips side to side. Get your feet nice and far apart. Just kind of easing it in today. All we have is weights and water in a towel. And I'm going to use discs. Okay, start to circle back. I'm going to use discs just because I can't hold heavy weights, and that'll make the workout a little more challenging for me. But you do you. Okay, so quiet the hips, sweep this right arm all the way up and over, get it nice and long, and then do the same on the other side. So we're just going slowly side to side. Try to breathe as much as you can today, starting a move with a breath. It's an easy way to remember. And if something doesn't feel good for your body, that's your body saying, I'm going to skip that.
I think that's exercise in general.
We'll try to give modifications. Okay, so keep your feet wide, send the elbows back, squeeze them towards each other, and then start hip hinging. So the legs are nice and long. You want to be sending the hips back and weighting into the heels. This is all about the back of the body. Keep the elbows high. You should feel that upper back working and engaged. We're going to do a few more. Try to get a little deeper on these last two. And then on the last one, let the arms go, let the head go, just chill out. Take some nice deep breaths. And now we're going to inhale and extend the spine, shift the hips backwards, walk the fingers forward. Keep good separation between the hands and the legs, nice and long. And then we're going to arms out to the side, all the way back up, and now reach for the ceiling. Try to get nice and tall, and then relax. Just sort of spin these arms around side to side. Great job. Okay, arm circles with the right. And then left. And right, just sort of a couple on each side. And then we're going to change the direction. Nice. Okay, relax the arms. You're going to take the right arm across the chest, getting a nice stretch around the back of that shoulder. Keep that arm nice and long. And then switch. Why are you doing it that way? Okay, release. Take a nice big deep breath. We're going to swan dive it all the way down. And when we get down there, we're going to walk it out to a high plank. And when you get into your high plank, soften the knees to the floor. And now we're going to send the hips backwards and then bring them all the way forward. Draw that belly up and in. Go nice and slowly. Like, don't be in a hurry. Try to relax that chest a little closer to the floor each time you send those hips backwards. The easiest way to do that is to exhale out a nice big breath. Couple more. And from here, we're going to transition to some cat-cows. So walk those wrists in, flexing that spine, tucking in that chin, and then reverse it. Take your gaze, look forward, draw the belly in, really important. You can add a little movement of the hips oscillating from front to back if you like, but this is really a moment for you, so whatever feels good. Okay, come on to the tops of your feet, and we're just gonna have a seat on our heels. Hopefully that's okay. If you need a little help, you can put a towel behind those knees if it doesn't feel comfortable, but know that we're not gonna be here very long. It's really good for the ankles. Don't you feel a good stretch around the top of the ankles? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's come up. You're gonna tuck your toes under. We're gonna meet in a small downward dog. Your heels on the floor, pushing the back of the knees to the back of the room. Nice little opportunity for your calves to get some length back. Hold here for 3 deep breaths. Okay, let's come back down on your knees. You're going to do a few more cat-cows. Maybe add a little more movement. Maybe this time send those hips a little further back as you flex that spine. Okay, now let's come back to our small downward dog, pushing those back of the knees backwards, heels down. Now we're going to lift those heels up as high as you can and lower them. Do it 4 more times. Really getting on those tippy toes. Okay, let's walk the feet towards the hands. You're going to inhale and extend the spine, and then we're going to bring it all the way back up and reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And say goodbye to your warm-up. Okay, so we're going to start with deadlifts. Super important to get the back of our bodies strong. So you pick up one weight in the right hand. You're going to kickstand the right foot. So make sure your feet are pointing forward. You're going to hip hinge, come down nice and slowly, and have that weight land right inside the foot, and then slowly bring it back up. So when you hip hinge, really concentrate on trying to send your hips back and press up all your way through that left heel. So Sean's holding 2 weights. You can hold 2 if you like. We want to really try to feel the upper leg and glute here. Try not to put too much weight in that right foot. You want most of it in the left leg. Okay, we're going to do 6 more. And then we're going to switch things up slightly. Really focus on what you're doing on that right foot. So 3 more. Okay, so now you're up. You've done your 6 more. You're going to just come into a little squat and back up. So all you're doing is bending into this right leg, up and down. Trying to get a little bit more of the quad now, top part of that leg. Work whatever range of motion feels good for you. You still want to be trying to send the hips backwards. So you're not leaning into the front part of that left foot. Do 6 more. Spine stays long, right? And that's it. Put that weight down, shake out your grip. Get some water if you need it. And we're going to switch up legs. So if you're holding 2 weights, pick them up. I'm going to do just one. Pick it up. So now we're working the right leg, so you kickstand the left. So I want mostly at least 80% of your body weight coming into that right leg. So here we go. Leg stays long. You're going up and down slowly. Sending the hips back and really pressing up through that heel. Six to go. Concentrate on not weighting too much into the left leg. You've already worked that side. When you can't go anymore, you can transition to your squats. So you're bending into that leg. And you're still wanting to press up through the heel, right? And send the hips back. Work whatever range of motion you can. Get a little edgy. Why not? 4 to go. Okay, put that weight down. Little reprieve if you need it. We're going to do reverse lunges. I'm going to use the discs, but you guys pick up your weights, 1 in each hand. Come on, Sean, you're demonstrating. Now you're in charge. So reverse lunges, you're holding a weight, you step back 1 leg, squat it down, step forward, switch legs. Okay, so start. Right leg goes back, little squat down, come back up and switch. Try to work whatever range of motion you can and don't go too quickly. Okay, now let the right leg go back and hold that position. So you got your weights. The right leg is back. You're just going to lower the knee and lift it back up. Straight up and down. If you can, try to keep the shoulders stacking over your hips without a forward lean. You're still pressing up through that front heel. Try to do 5 more. You can always modify your weights or continue with no weight. Okay, step that leg forward. You're going to shake it out. Woo. Switching over to the left leg, send it back. And then straight up and down. So I like to come up so much so that I'm almost straightening my front leg, just keeping a small bend at the top. I'm really trying my best to wade into this right glute and hammy. Four more. And one last one. And shake it out. Good job. Nice big deep breath, no weights. Lift those shoulders up. Try to get yourself a little taller. And then swan dive it all the way down. Palms on the mat. Step it back. You're in your high plank. From your high plank, downward facing dog. Pushing both of your heels towards the floor. Hold for 5 deep breaths. Legs should be nice and straight. Getting that nice stretch through the calves. Okay, walk the feet towards the hands. Extend the spine. Reverse it. Come all the way back up. Reach up again. Lift the shoulders a little higher this time. And then relax the arms. Okay, we're going to work our calves. So it's a bit of a balance challenge and a calf challenge. Try to hold 2 of your heaviest weights just to amp it up so we don't have to be here so long. So look down at your feet. Get them pointing straight ahead. Hip width apart. You got your big girl and boy weights. Here we go. Up with the heels. And then lower down with control. It's not dropping the heels down. It's resisting the lowering of the heels. So nice and slowly. You're the boss here. You decide how many counts those heels come down, but maybe you're shooting for 2 or 3 seconds to get there. Okay, you've got 5 more. And then we're going to switch it up and challenge our shins a little bit. Super important to be strong through our lower legs as we age. So we can't ignore these exercises. Okay, so now with your heels down, lift your pads of the feet up off the floor, high enough that you feel the shins fire. Both at the same time. Engage the belly. Keep it going. You're going to do 15 reps. This is a great thing you can be doing throughout your day, right? You don't need to wait for a workout class. Anytime you're at the grocery store waiting in line, do it. Okay, put the weights down. Now we're gonna do one single leg balance pose on each leg, and then we're moving back to some heavier weights again. So I want you to get yourself into a split stance, left leg forward, right leg back. You're gonna get up onto the tippy toes of the back leg. Most of your weight's now on the left. You're gonna slide your hands down your leg. You be the judge of how far you take them. I'd like them to stay on your leg or your ankle. I would like you to avoid having them on the floor out in front of the foot, but know that that's an option if you need it. Now we lift the back leg up. We try to get it parallel to the floor. Get it long. Engage those muscles. You're here for 10 seconds. When we come out of this in 5 seconds, I'd like you to slide your hands back up your legs slowly. Here we go. You have trouble listening?
No, I have trouble cooperating.
Okay, here we go. We're switching legs. Kickstand the left. Put all the weight into the right leg. And slowly slide down. You decide how low, but I want them touching your body, not the floor, if you can. Lift the back leg. Really get that back leg reaching. Toes trying to touch the wall in the back of your room. In 5 seconds, you're going to start to slowly slide back up. Okay, let's do it nice and slow, lots of control. Nice. Okay, you're at the front of the mat, big deep breath. Swan dive it all the way down. Palms on the floor, step back to your high plank. Step your feet into bear, knees are 1 inch above the floor. Step back to high plank. Now lead with your opposite leg. Right foot in, left foot in. Left foot back, right foot back. Then we switch, left, left, right, right. Keep it going, you're not here much longer. 5 more seconds. Okay, put your knees down. Have a seat on those feet. This is another opportunity to stretch out our shins since we worked them. Okay, you're going to slowly come into your staff pose. You're going to sit up nice and tall, heels in the front corners of the mat, hands to heart, or you can extend them out, whatever you prefer. You're going to C-curve the spine, and we're going to come down really slowly, sucking in the belly, tucking your chin. Once we're down, I want you to send the arms back, point your toes. Should feel really good around the lats. Hopefully you're nice and flat on your shoulder blades. You can still see your arms through your peripheral vision. And now you're going to slowly bring the arms up and down onto your mat. You're going to turn your toes and knees into touch with just a micro bend in the legs. This is also known as the Sean exercise. So first, flatten out your shoulder blades. Press the back of the shoulders into the floor, like deliberately. Cup your fingers. So now the back of the arms lift away from the floor. Your toes are touching. You have a small bend in the legs. I want you to first push your heels into the floor. Shoulders stay pressing down the whole time we're here. Now add a little pull towards your butt isometrically of the feet. while you continue to push them into the mat. Squeeze your knees. Draw that belly in so you brace your transverse abdominal muscles. Elevate your butt if you can while you squeeze the knees. You're here for 10 seconds. And then release it. Let the legs hang out. Let the arms float back. Nice little reprieve. Bring the arms back to the floor. Step your left foot in. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Circle your ankle of that right foot. Go the opposite way. Point and flex. Put that foot down. Keep that leg bent. Left leg up to the ceiling. Start your circles. We're only going to do one more round of the Sean exercise. And then we can look forward to some bridge walkouts, but we're going to add weight to those. Point and flex. Make that double chin so your neck is nice and long and where it's supposed to be. Put that foot down, slide the legs out, feet are hip width apart. Turn the toes and knees to touch. Back of the shoulders are pressing into the floor. Cup your fingers. Push your heels down. Add a pull. Add a bigger squeeze to the knees. Lift your butt up. Count to 10 slowly. And relax. Nice job. Send the arms back again. Nice little reprieve. Point those toes. For shits and giggles, Pilates style, bring it up. Tuck your chin. Spine stays flexed. Dive between the legs. I love doing this stretch after that exercise we just did. What is it called anyways?
Rotation. Supine.
Supine inward rotation. I just think it's good to stretch out your lower back after that. So stay here for another big deep breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to roll it back down. Have your heavy weight close by, because we are going to do a bridge with the weight. So you're going to step your feet in, find your weight, get it resting on your hips. So you just sort of hold it in place there. Walk your feet as close to your butt as you can get them. Now, before we bridge up, we're going to rock the pelvis a little bit. So tilt up and back down, nice and slow. We're never in a hurry when we do these exercises. Okay, so back of the shoulders pressing into the floor. I know I sound like a broken record, right? But it's important. Pride up the chest, tilt the pelvis up. Give me that double chin. Pressing up through the heels. Lift your butt up off the floor. You're just going to hold here for a little bit. The pads of the feet can be relaxing on the floor, but I want you to keep most of your weight in the heels. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to step or move your left foot a little further out. And then let the right one go out as well. So maybe a couple of inches. You're just holding. We're not doing anything fancy here. Keep the hips nice and high. Get the feet moving out a little more. Maybe slide them squish them, whatever, however you want to move them. Maybe you lift them. So you've got a much smaller bend in the leg, making the hamstring here do a lot more work. You should notice a difference from where you started this exercise to where you are now. Lift the pads of the feet off the floor. So you got a high degree of flexion in the feet. Shins are active. Squeeze your knees into touch. Just hold. Open the knees. Open and close slowly. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower one vertebrae at a time. Slowly. Send the legs all the way down along the floor. Take that weight off to the side. You're not using it right now. Arms go back, point your toes. Okay, you're going to bring the arms up. Now your hands are going to point straight up to the ceiling. Bend your legs, slide your feet in. I want you to do a pelvic tilt so that low back skin is on the floor. Got that? Pick your feet up. You got 90 degrees in the legs. Now, this is the rule of this exercise. These are dead bugs. When your back lifts away from the floor and you can't keep it down anymore, you need to take a break and reset. So here we go. We're going to shoot for 15 reps. Start with the right leg going out and the left arm back, and then switch. That's 1 rep. Here's 2. So you do your counting, go nice and slow, 3 seconds in each direction. And take a break. Good job. Hopefully you got in the 15 reps. I had to do a little reset. It's important to listen to your body, but still building endurance by joining back in after you take that little break. Okay, so now it's time for the neck. You're lying down. Arms are relaxed on the floor. Keep your legs bent. You're going to give yourself a double chin. And then you're going to roll the head to the right as far as you can. And you're just going to hold it there for a few breaths. Let it come back slowly, keeping that double chin. And then go the other way. And then come back center. Now with your double chin, you're going to pick your head a centimeter up off the floor. You're going to breathe in and out through the nose. You're going to draw the belly down and hold it for 10 counts. So tuck, lift, breathe. And then relax it. Roll the head side to side gently. Send the legs all the way out. Arms go back. We're gonna roll it up Pilates style. Tucking that chin, keeping the spine flexed, dive between the legs. And now it's time to work our lats. So we're gonna hold here just for a couple of more breaths. And then you're gonna either take one weight or two, whatever you like to use for your lats. If you're using 2 weights, they should be touching. If you're using one, let's hold it horizontally. So I'm gonna use this. So get your weight, make your selection, take it back down. So I want you to find that double chin again. Bend your legs. So you start up with your weights up towards the ceiling. You're gonna keep a micro bend in the elbow as you send the arms back, just so you're not locking out, and then forward. You're gonna do 15 slow reps. Nice and flat on those shoulders. Keep that double chin. Maybe you've done 5, so you got 10 to go. That's how slow your pace is. Last 5 for me. When you get done, hold your arms up at the top. We're going to turn this in 2 more reps. We're going to turn this into tricep extensions. So your body position stays the same. So I've got my shoulders pressing into the floor. My wrists are stacked over the shoulders. Now I'm going to bend at the elbow and do an extension. And then come back to that straight arm. Try to give me 15 reps. Keep your lower back on the floor and your ribs low. Everything should be pushing into the earth. Last 5. Power through it. You got this. Come on. 4 more. Burning and shaking is what you want. Last 3. 2. And 1. Okay. Rock and roll yourself up so you can put that weight down. You grab a quick sip of water. We're going to meet back down on our backside. So I want you to send the legs straight up to the ceiling. Get flat on the blades and just relax your arms on the floor to begin with. So press the belly down. Keep both of your legs really long with your feet flexed. You're going to, in slow motion, lower the right heel towards the floor, keeping the lower back and shoulders on the mat. So 5 or 6 counts to get down. Once you're down, 5 circles in one direction, 5 in the opposite direction, and then come back up on 5 counts. Change your direction if you haven't already. Circles are small. And then you start to bring that leg back up really slowly. Keep that double chin. When you get that leg up to the top, I want you to circle the ankle of that foot. Circle the foot. I keep saying circle the ankle, but it's the foot. Go the other way. Okay, now we're going to switch legs. Press those shoulders into the floor and the lower back. That left leg is really long. Foot flexed, coming down slow. Lower back stays on the floor. Start your circles, 5 each way. Change your direction. And bring it up slowly. Next, bring the knees up and into the chest. You're going to make little circles, hands on the knees. Just a feel-good moment. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to do some 90-90 work. So let's rock ourselves all the way up. Get over to the right side of your mat, 90-90 in both legs. Start to lean forward. Keep your spine long. You can rest with your fingertips on the floor if you want a little bit of help. But we are going to try to turn this into hands-free. Just kind of easing into it. Should feel really good around that glute. You know, if you don't need your hands, see if you can do 5 without them. Working the same range of motion or better. You can add a twist at the top of the move. But we want to keep the torso going over that leg, not leaning off to the right. One more for me. And then all we're going to do is flip it around so we're facing the back of the room. Quickest and easiest way to get there. Fingertips out in front. Start going up and down. I like to do a few this way with assistance, just to get the body used to it. And then if and when you're ready, hands free, adding a twist at the top. But when you come back down, make sure you're squaring off the shoulders again. Okay, now take your hands behind your hips, and we're going to just rock the legs one way and then the other way. Let's do it a couple of times in each direction. Okay, now I want you to get up onto your feet. We're going to do pyramid stretch. So you're standing up. You've got your left foot in front of the right. Excuse me, I'd like your feet as far apart as you can get them, with both legs long and both heels down. Now I want you to look down at both your feet and make sure they're in a straight line. Keep your spine long, fold over that leg as far as you can go with your spine long, and then I want you to hold that belly in. Try to tuck that chin. You're just kind of balancing your body weight over the leg. Take a couple of more deep breaths here, and then we're going to just flex the spine and fold down over the leg. I want you to limit the amount of weight going into the hands, because I want you to let your body weight just float over the leg. So people have a tendency to offset some of the load through the hands. Try not to do that. Let your head relax. Some good blood flow to your face. Now, hands back on your shin, so you're going to extend the spine. And then you're going to lift back up, pushing through that front heel. Now you're going to bend the leg and power backwards and switch feet. That should have been a nice, smooth transition. Feet are forward. Start your hip hinge. Keep your spine long. Hold when you get to a good place. Draw the belly in. Now flex over the leg, let your head go. Two more deep breaths. Extend the spine, hands back onto that shin. Pushing through the heel, come up slowly. Bend the leg, power back. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! Good job. We did it.